Hi, I'm Russ Klein, CEO of the American Marketing Association, and I'm privileged to have with me today Robert Rose, the Chief Strategy Advisor for the Content Marketing Institute. Welcome to the AMA.
Oh, thank you very much for having me.
Robert, you are an expert in content marketing, of course. As a longtime marketer, it feels like content marketing is all the rage right now, and yet I seem to recall content marketing being something that's been around for a long time, certainly in the B2B world. So what's different?
So, it's great that you've acknowledged that. I mean, it's something that we've said for forever, is that content marketing has certainly been around. I mean, we often use John Deere's The Furrow as one of the poster children of the original content marketing, but even B2B has been around for a long, long time, creating content. The thing that's different and what digital has really brought to the equation is the idea that all parts of the buyer's journey are now opportunistic for content, right? It used to be pre-digital that it was really a loyalty tactic, where content was really delivered as a loyalty magazine, or it was delivered as some piece of a content that could be delivered to the customer after they've purchased. And the reason for that, of course, was because it was an audience we knew how to reach. Now, post-digital and the emergence of the web and the internet and email and on social and all of those things, we can now apply that addressability of an audience to all parts of the buyer's journey. So opening up the top of the funnel to create wonderful, trusted experiences that really draw in an audience and let us monetize that audience in multiple ways is truly the new opportunity. It's how B2C has really discovered it, and it's how B2B has really discovered a brand new opportunity of pulling that trust forward in their solution to drive the changes they're trying to drive.
So would it be fair to say that what's really new about content marketing is that there's no dead end to it for the marketer? It's a part of a continuous loop in the customer journey and really never ends.
It's a great point. That's exactly the right way to think about it, which is this idea of the customer journey. And we've all seen sort of the new models of the customer journey, from McKinsey's sort of, gloopy, shell thing to a ball of twine to, and so we all know that the customer journey is complex and it's not linear any longer and it's continuous. And so the idea that content can help us create markets by helping us create audiences that we can address when we need to with frequency, going back to our classic marketing teaching, is the idea that we can create value at every single step of that buyer's journey by using content and optimize the entire business. As I've said before, content marketing today is really a business strategy that marketing people happen to perform. It's as important as product marketing, it's as important as the other things we do in the business, and can drive integrated value all along the buyer's journey.
Great. So a term that I have not heard as often, but from you recently, the term return on audience. What's that all about?
So the classic marketing funnel is one where we open up the top of the funnel and we bring people in. And then ever decreasing numbers, we sort of eliminate people until a few of them become customers. And that's a classic persuasion marketing funnel that we've used for years and years and years. And the idea of an audience is a little bit different, right? It's looking at building a group of people who are interested in what we have to say and keeping the number of them engaged. Now, the key there is all of those people who don't turn into customers and don't buy from us, where do they provide value? And in today's world, they can provide tremendous value. So customers and audiences can tell us what products we should be making. They can help amplify our message on social media. They can recommend us to people that we have difficulty reaching. They can recommend us. They can provide research value to help us understand what the market needs. They can help us understand regional differences. They can help us understand, become a more competent organization, become a more valuable organization, and create better customers. So that's looking at audiences a little different, the ones that don't buy from us. And so maintaining, engaging, and creating a viable audience is an asset that the marketing department owns now and manages. It may be the most valuable asset that the business has, quite frankly. And if we can figure out how to monetize it in more ways than just convincing them to be customers, we will get a return on investment on the much more expensive thing we have to do, which is create content. Content is more expensive than advertising. It just is. And because creating a great piece of content is hard, difficult, and takes a lot of creativity and time. So we have to invest in it in a different way. And the audience is ultimately an asset. And if we can monetize and integrate the value in multiple ways, it becomes a powerful asset and the return that we're really looking for.
So content marketing of today is about an infinite, never-ending process and an engagement not just with a customer at a transaction, but with a larger audience that can be optimized in all sorts of different ways. What about the issue of measurement? Where are marketers on the journey of being able to measure customer engagement across media channels as content marketing plays its role?
You know, they're in about the same spot that they've been in for the last 60 years, which is not a great space. You know, it's a myth that we've lost some capability that we had to measure accurately in marketing. You know, I'm a marketing geek. I've been in marketing for 30 years. I've studied the history of marketing since the very beginning of the 4 Ps in the 60s. And, you know, I'm a Drucker fan and I'm a Theodore Levitt fan. And I mean, I've been around, right? I mean, I've been around the block. And it's not like we lost some magical ability to measure customer engagement in brand marketing and lead generation. We've never had it. So the technology enables us to do interesting things these days to help optimize our process. But the measurement aspect itself, we need to start looking at the goals that we're delivering against the goals of the business, not just the KPIs that we can measure in infinite measure these days, you know, with technology. Those are simply vanity metrics that we can watch go up and down. They are the thermometer that tells us how hot it is outside, not whether or not we should go inside or not. And so if we can deliver great goals and really step up to the plate strategically to understand and get with our colleagues and really figure out what the goals of the business are, we will be a long measure away from figuring out, you know, how to actually optimize our marketing department.
All right. So as we think about content marketing, I've been on stage before audiences and have referred to the prospect of a content marketing bubble. Now, whether or not that's the case, there are some people asserting that the amount of content consumed is a subset of the amount of content produced, and that there is, if you will, too much content being produced when the focus should be on producing better content. What do you say to that?
I say they're exactly right, but it's been that way since Gutenberg invented the printing press. You know, the idea that there has been too much content has always been the case, and our ability as consumers of it to filter what we want to get to has always been that way, right? So ever since Og and Grok were in their cave trying to get more cave people to come in and see how their day's hunt went and why the gods were on their side, there's always been more content than a human can consume. It's just, where do we go consume it? What do we want to listen to? What do we want to go watch? And today, consumers have better filters, better mechanisms for getting to the things that they're looking for, and thus that's not a discouragement to create less of it. It's an encouragement to get really good at it. And that's the real magic here, is that when you see all of these companies who themselves were not media companies getting good at content, creating compelling things that tell wonderful stories and deliver educational, entertaining and informative content, they're getting good at it, despite the fact that it's way above what any human can ever consume. And the wonderful thing, the thing that we have an advantage of as marketers over the media companies, is that we can go niche. We can go absolutely narrow casting to exactly the audience and the value we're trying to deliver, because we don't have to make money on advertising. We don't have to make money on broad. If we can find an audience that enjoys red staplers and red staplers that in conjunction with blue desks, if we can find that audience, we can absolutely deliver value to that specific audience and to deliver value to our business as a result of it. We don't have to go big. And that's really the magic of this thing. And so the idea of humans being able to consume or not consume as much content as exists has been around forever. But the point is that encourages us and gives us the ability to get really good at it and differentiate because of it.
Robert, this has been such a pleasure. I'm so impressed not only with your mastery of marketing thought leadership today, but your command of history and how that sets the context for so much of what we have to do in the future. So it's been an honor. Thanks so much for being with us, Robert Rose, Chief Strategy Advisor from the Content Marketing Institute, and I'm Russ Klein from the AMA.